It's well known that the Master of Darkness is Sega's answer to Castlevania. There's a few differences, but essentially it's the same idea. You play as Dr. Ferdinand Social, a London psychologist who used his Ouija board one night only to receive an unexpected message about the murders happening by Jack the Ripper, which is all to do with the vampires controlled by Dracula. You set off in search of Dracula, but you must battle many of his minions, including Jack the Ripper, before you can get to him. You start the game with only a small dagger to see off enemies. Nothing like going for a night stroll and murdering everyone who walks near you. You have a score and life meter at the top of the screen. Next to that are your primary weapon and your secondary weapon. In the top right is the stage you're currently on and the time remaining, and below that are the amount of lives you have left. There are 5 rounds to get through, and as you delve further into the darkness, the harder it gets. The first stage is the Thames River, with Jack the Ripper as the boss. Then on to the House of Wax Dolls. Then into the Epitaph. The Laboratory. And finally, in the Wake of Dracula. You wander around the Thames to begin with. The people here will attack you, and you can finish them off with a few stabs of your dagger. Some enemies will drop items, which could be either a normal weapon or a special one. You can also hit the masks on the wall to drop something too, but beware of some items appearing that you don't want. For example, you could have the axe, then collect the dagger, making your attacks weak. Some items can be found in the walls. Just attack the wall to destroy the bricks. Most of the time this will reveal a health boost. There's also a crystal that will destroy all enemies on screen, bonus orbs that will increase your high score, and a voodoo doll that awards you with an extra life. Your standard weapons are the dagger, a sabre, a stake and an axe. Most weapons are strong, but the axe is the best. It may have short range, but it deals the most damage and will take out enemies with one hit. The special weapons are the pistol, a boomerang, a bomb and a projectile. The projectile is the strongest here. Specials can be used by holding the up button and pressing attack, but these are in limited supplies, so don't go mad with them. Controlling Dr. Social himself is easy enough. There's an attack button and a jump button. You can jump attack and jump and use your special weapon. All levels consist of jumping onto platforms and walking up and down stairs. The hit detection seems pretty good. There wasn't a time where the attacks went through an enemy, which is something for me that can ruin a game completely. Finding your way through each stage is easy enough with only a few enemies that can catch you out, especially the bats. Flying items in the House of Wax Dolls can be frustrating, but they don't take a lot to get rid of. The enemies go from human to barely human, then to creepy. When it comes to level 5, then you need to know where you're going, as it's a labyrinth that only has a few screens but keeps repeating itself. The only way out is to find the blocks that can be broken to get past it. Fail to do this quickly and you won't have enough time to defeat Dracula. Gameplay is just like Castlevania, although it doesn't feel like a complete rip-off. The level designs are good for the system, and the detail is spot on. Boss fights can be a bit of a challenge as they move about a lot, but with the right weapon you can take one whole chunk of health off in one hit. Some areas have spikes that can catch you out. It is very easy to walk or jump into them when you think that you're not going to touch them. But even though this is Sega's version of Castlevania, is it any good? It's very good. It doesn't have that aura that Castlevania does, but it's certainly a good attempt. The graphics are very good, as is the music and sound too. It has a good plot, which also follows up with cutscenes between levels so you know exactly what's going on. Master of Darkness is a very cool game, and it's been missed out by a lot of people. With its value rising, it might be worth picking up now before it creeps towards triple figures.